This is the best podcast.
This is the best podcast, a podcast where we discuss all things that are the best. Guess who's back? We came, we saw, we podcasted. We have come and we've come again. Welcome back, my besting hosts. How you guys doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Yeah, happy to be back.
Oh, good to see you. This is our triumphant return to This is the Best Podcast. Bring out the ring. Boom.
Bring out the ring. Yes.
Well, for the people that are familiar with the show, we used to be a quintet. Would you call it that? Now we've decided Dan has sought out new projects. We do love him. We will miss him, but we have to let him spread his wings and do his own thing. I will put a link to his OnlyFans page at this description of this video. You guys are all free to go give him some support. Dan, we love you. We miss you, buddy. That being said, we are now here revamping the show. We are now what is this called? A trio?
Trio,
Yeah.
threesome.
We're a besting triangle. The strongest of all the shapes.
The pyramid.
A
Pyramid of power.
Pyramid of power. I like that.
I like that. Well, that being said, guys, on our triumphant return, our triumphant comeback, what episode are we doing today?
Best comebacks.
Comebacks.
Nice. This is actually an episode I did with Dan long time ago. It was a great and ended up being a great episode, and I thought it would be a great way to reintroduce the comeback episode. And what better way to spend it with the two halves of my pyramid, my besting pyramid, Jack and Amanda. All right, guys, let's just dive into this one right now. I'm going to start. All right.
Do it.
My first pick, beards. Oh, beards are back, baby. I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of movies from the 70s and stuff, and like Grizzly Adams and things like that. The beard was in, hair was big and in, and then it all kind of went away. Everybody was smooth as silk, baby faced, if you will. But the beard is back, and really I thought it would have come and go at this point, but judging the fact that I'm still rocking it, and Jack's got his whiskers right there, the beard's back. It's here to stay for a while.
That's a good one.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Amanda, how do you like beards?
I love beards if they're nice beards.
What counts as a nice beard? Like,
I think a beard.
Go ahead.
A beard that I love, a salt and pepper beard. I like when it's full and shiny. Yeah, what you got going on is great. And then when they're not super like wispy, so that you can see the skin through the beard, like when they grow it really long and then you can see like the wisp. It works with certain colored hair and not the lighter tones. So I think sometimes it makes the beard look less like strong. But I would choose a beard over no beard any day.
Dang.
It's really interesting how light on the side yours is.
Yeah, it's weird how this is growing in like this.
It's really cool. It's very like Sweeney Todd-esque with like the drastic changes in color.
It wants to be a goatee.
Yeah, it wishes it can be a goatee.
It's like, yeah.
It runs out of steam. Or the goatee's like, no, shan't be. This is my there. Jack, how long you've had that stash?
This is about a day's growth. Out in the prairie eating beans and whiskey. No, that this is probably a couple months. I shaved it off and then I'm like, damn, I don't know if it's like you with beards, but like if I shave it off, I watch a TV show and the dude with the mustache, I'm like, damn it, I miss it.
I've only been completely clean shaven just a handful of times in my life, and I look really weird without any kind of facial hair, like bizarre.
You look like super young or just like completely different person.
Pudgy and like uncomfortable looking.
I find that hard to believe.
I'll shave it one of these days. One of the special episodes, I'll shave it. I'll show you. But
I feel like guys get on the kick where they're like Jack was saying, where they're kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this, and then they get rid of it, and then all of a sudden they're like, I fucked up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, or like the babies when they get their dad's like face shave, they've never seen him shaven before, and then they start crying. Like it's kind of wild how much people picture your face with the hair.
True. Well, that's my first pick, beards.
Pick.
Yeah. What about you guys? Who's going next?
Okay, my first pick because this category of comebacks is very broad. So I went back into my memory bank and I said, what do I remember personally for a big comeback? I want to say Domino's Pizza.
Oh,
Ooh.
Domino's
So
Pizza.
in the 2000s, Domino's struggled with a terrible reputation for specifically their crust and their sauces. And instead of denying the criticism, they went ahead and just like embraced it and said, yeah, we really suck. So they did their turnaround pizza campaign, which became legendary because they actually used real customer complaints in their ads and in their documents. So what
Wow.
they did is they reformatted their crust, the sauce, they got better cheese, stronger seasonings, and then the comeback became like this radical corporational like transformation because they were like, dang, they leaned into the criticism, took that feedback, and then rebuilt their brand. And I remember when that happened because I hated Domino's. Someone's like, no, you got to try it. It's so much better now. And I tried it and I'm
What's
like,
this?
it's actually not as bad. It's still not like my top pick,
It's
but
not as
I was
bad.
surprised what a drastic change. So I remember everyone being like, did you hear Domino's had a comeback? So I chose Domino's Corporation.
I didn't actually even remember that Domino's did this big campaign. I remember they had this thing where like they were doing like pasta bowls or something, and they had a bunch of like
Mhm.
foodie people like blind taste tests. They're like, "Well, it was pretty good." They're like, "What if we told you this was actually from Domino's?" We're like, "Well, you fooled me, Jack."
All right. So my first one, I'm going with a gentleman that had a bit of a drug addiction, was sentenced to 3 years, served 16 months, was fired from Ally McBeal. You know, you don't want to get fired from that non-sex bathroom. But
I
I'm
love
talking
that
about
show.
Robert Downey Jr.,
Yep,
the
yep.
comeback. I mean,
Yeah.
Iron Man. I am Iron Man. This guy was off the radar, and all of a sudden he just rocketed like he had a X1 suit, the Mark
Mhm.
One suit. Boom.
Funny you should mention. I did love Ally McBeal. Hell of a good show. Big fan of it. And I remember him being on there. And
I
then
don't
the
at
whole
all.
thing, he got kicked off because of the drug thing. Mad TV actually had an episode where they were making fun of him. Like he had to film some of his scenes for Ally McBeal in prison. It was very funny.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Actually, it was very funny. And then like, all that happened. And then I remember when they first said he was going to be Iron Man, and I'm like, of all people, why this guy would
Right?
you pick him for Iron Man? And then you see
Mhm.
him like, holy crap, where's this guy been forever? But yeah, he was always been a good actor.
You couldn't really
Chaplin.
picture a guy in a role, Iron Man. He made the role.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if that Marvel had the success it had without Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going out on that limb.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
why they.
I actually had him on my list too. Um, but do you remember that creepy baby from Ally McBeal?
Oh, the
Yes.
dancing baby?
Yeah, that was like the '90s baby or something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was
just
it
dancing
AI?
in the diner. That thing was so weird. I remember
Did,
him from that show.
did you guys remember? So did you guys used to watch Ally McBeal?
Yeah, a little
Mhm.
bit. I mean, I think
Remember the
everybody
musical?
did.
Remember the musical lady on the show, Vonda Shepard? She was like the soundtrack of the show. I follow her on Instagram. She's got like
What?
5,000 followers. I feel bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, follow her and then write in her comments, "Hi Nick." Just
I will.
it'll
There
be
you
her
go.
own thing. Vonda will have no
I'll
idea
take
what
a
we're
look at
talking
this
about.
episode. You're mentioned.
Yeah,
So
that's a
that's
great
it.
pick. I'm glad somebody mentioned Robert Downey Jr. He was a great one. My second pick. I'm really proud of this one. New Coke.
What? What?
So Coca-Cola for years and years tasted like Coca-Cola. And then in April 23rd, 1985, they released New Coke, where they changed the formula a little bit, and everybody hated it. It was a massive thing. You can see it on YouTube. Massive thing. Everybody hated it. It almost caused us to drink Pepsi, as disgusting as it sounds.
Never.
We were that close. That's how bad people hated this hated New Coke. Then, just 79 days later, on July
Wow.
11th, 1985, they brought back Classic Coke. And if you buy a Coke today, it still says Classic Coke on there because that comeback has cast that big of a shadow. That's how many people love Classic Coke. I'm one of them. I'm a Diet Coke man, but I still appreciate the Classic Coke.
It's like, okay, you have a product, you may be losing to Pepsi, so you create a new product that you know is going to tank, so you can rebrand the same product like 80 days later and revamp all your stuff. So it
Yeah.
almost seems like Is it a con or I don't
It
know?
there are a lot of conspiracies that say they did this on purpose to kind of bring back the classic Coke. I mean, my
Interesting.
79 days, that's a very short amount of time to bring back something.
Well, they knew right away. It's like, yeah, this is not working, guys.
Hmm
This is tasting
Also,
like
does
tab.
classic Tab. I remember Tab.
Mhm.
Like classic Coke, isn't that going back to the original formula of cocaine?
So I don't know.
Maybe. No.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
what I would think when they say classic, because that would sound.
Wouldn't it be funny, like for
That'd
the
be
sheer
awesome.
volume of Coke that they make, they'd have to be like the number one importer of like cocaine just to fill those vials.
Dude,
Correct.
imagine if that exists in a world, dude. In some universe it is happening.
I wonder
Classic
if
Coke has cocaine in it.
you know what I'm surprised of we haven't heard of, like in the 80s especially, or like why doesn't somebody just get a Coke and just sprinkle some cocaine in there,
Oh,
just
I'm
say
sure it's
like, hey,
happening.
just to make, just for old time's sake,
It's
you
called
know, get a
Classic
real
Coke.
feel for it.
Coke. Maybe that was the new Coke. Maybe it was
Coke on
cocaine in it.
Coke, Coke squared, I'd call it.
It was the 80s.
Yeah.
Coke squared.
I do remember that though. I was alive back when that happened.
They put cocaine in Coke.
No, I just remember that whole fiasco. It's like, yeah, it's like the new Coke, and it's like, yeah, it tastes pretty good. Like my friend's parents liked it, but then it's like, nah, we're not having it. Classic Coke came back.
Yeah.
It just
I'm
had probably
glad it
had a
did.
weird after. I want to get a. That'd be good to get a can of classic or the new Coke.
You know
Somewhere
what they
there's 12 packs there.
You know what
Somewhere.
they brought back for a hot minute that I did go buy? Crystal Coke.
Crystal
I
Coke?
Oh, the
remember that
clear
in the
one.
90s. Huh?
The one
Yeah,
that's clear?
yeah, that's the clear one. I remember it in the 90s and it was such a big deal. Like, I gotta try this thing. And then they
Yeah.
brought it back. I was actually on the Facebook forums of Bring Back Crystal Coke. I was really rooting for hard for them. And they did, and I finally got it, and then I was like, oh, yeah, it's okay. It's
It's
okay.
okay. It's
Something's
Sprite.
definitely missing here.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Anyways,
funny.
that's my number
Yeah.
2 pick. Who's
That's a
next?
great pick. That's me. Okay. So on this one I went a little bit more traditional, and because Robert Downey Jr. was talked about, I'm going with Brendan Fraser.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
yeah, Brendan Fraser, Tarzan, he's the best. He went from all the blockbuster hits in Hollywood for years and then just disappeared kind of off the face of the earth. He faced physical injuries, personal struggles, and then had a type of isolation from the industry. And then I don't know if you guys see, there's like a website which I check periodically, not anymore, I did, but it's called What Happened to Where's BrandonFraser.com.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
it's like all the fans of him just like posting like when there's a sighting or when the news articles mention him at all. And I was checking that probably like 10 years ago. And then I hate to admit, but I haven't seen The Whale. That was kind of his comeback film. He won an Oscar for it. And I actually, when I saw the previews, thought that that was his new size. And then I like saw a little clip behind the scenes, and apparently it's like a fat suit. Because I was like, oh no, you're picturing like George of the Jungle
Mhm.
and the
yeah.
Mummy, heartthrob. And then I see him on The Whale, and I was like, oh, no wonder why he stayed out of like the camera,
He was so
because it
good
looked like
as George. I mean, everybody remembers The Mummy, which was great. I love that movie.
Yeah.
But he was so good as George of the Jungle, and
George
even
of the Jungle,
Encino
yeah.
Man. I was so jealous of
I
his
called
Yeah.
him
hair
Tarzan,
in
but I
both
meant
Encino
those.
George.
Man.
And then
Encino.
I didn't see Encino Man.
Oh
What?
my God, it's so good.
Dude, that is a good flick right
Okay,
there.
I'll check it out. I usually spend my
Historically accurate.
just
Historically
podcast
accurate.
and have it.
The thing I remember about Encino Man, I always wanted to do a picture of this for our podcast. If you watch it, it's just Brendan Fraser, Pauly Shore, and Samwise Gamgee. They're all doing Tai Chi. Like, like it's almost like it's a karate movie. But I was like, I want us to do that. This is a great look.
There you go.
That would be fun. And then there's a new movie coming out based out of Japan about renting a family. Have you guys seen the previews for it?
No.
No.
Yeah, so Brendan Fraser's in that too. I think The Whale kind of made that comeback, and that's when I realized like, oh, he isn't in a fat suit. And then did some research on The Whale. But it's this really cool concept where you can rent someone to be like your dad for the day or like your big brother.
I've
And so
seen
he's casted in the role of that.
I've
So
seen
I
something
think
like
it's
this.
set
It's
to come
weird.
out. If it wasn't Brendan Fraser, kind of like we were talking about with Robert Downey Jr. being Tony Stark, like
Yeah.
if it wasn't him, I don't think I'd be as invested in watching it. But now that he's coming back and he looks good, I'm like, man, I really want to see this. This is a really cool concept to just, rent someone to be your dad for Father's Day type deal. So yeah,
That's a cool
I,
one.
I
I like it.
don't know the name of it. Yeah, but my second choice would be Brendan Fraser.
All right, so you just got to picture me like this. Steve Jobs
Oh yes.
kicked out of his own company in 1985, kicked around Silicon Valley, founded Next, acquired Pixar, and then back in 1997, he comes back with the iPod, the iMac, and definitely the iPhone, which it's like you're either iPhone or the other one. But
Android.
yeah, that's it.
Android.
Well, growing up in the 90s, there was a big thing with Macintosh and Microsoft. And so I think the big thing that changed is when they kind of said, we got to use Microsoft. So they used the actual software. And that's when it all kind of came together. Because the two operating systems, when they're fighting, it just, you're either in the Mac camp or you're the IBM camp.
I could be having him confused with someone else who was also very brilliant. Is Steve Jobs the one that lived in Santa Barbara out of his van and started making copies out of his van to put himself through college?
I think you're thinking of Encino Man.
Yeah, I don't think
haven't
that was
seen
Steve Jobs.
Um,
They were in Silicon Valley in a garage. But
I feel like
I know the guys
Copy?
from Nike used to sell shoes out of their car.
maybe the guy who invented Kinko's.
maybe, but
It's like
He's
I'll make a
copies.
copy of something for you in my car, dude.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's a pickup line. But yeah. But I think, I mean, that's pretty good. You get kicked
So-
out of your own company, but then you come back and you turn it around into a giant. I mean, it's incredible.
Man,
Back
if I
in
could
my
go back
day.
to any one old phone, it would definitely be the Razor.
The Razor.
The
Yeah, that
Razor
was
was
like
cool.
the phone to have, dude. I never had one. I wasn't
Razor
that cool.
that was a sexy phone too. Phones had
I have
personality back then.
tons of pictures on my Facebook with the Razor because you used to get really great overexposures. And that was like my end of high school to like early college phone. It was so fun.
Oh
And it
yeah.
was so thin. Yeah.
Yeah, it was thin, it was cool, it was sexy. Very sexy.
I had a pink one, so even better.
Oh yeah. All right. My final pick. Oh, I'm excited about this one, guys. In 1981, Kansas City was granted a kiss from God, and that kiss was the McRib. It
Oh,
didn't catch
God.
on quite so well, but man, oh man, one of the most brilliant marketing strategies ever. Think of this. If I could get a McRib any time of the year, I probably would never order a McRib. But the fact that they take it away from me and then they reintroduce it every year. Every year I do the same thing. I'm like, oh, the McRib's back. I should get one of those. And I get it. I'm like, oh, it's kind of mediocre. I'd rather have a Big Mac. But I bought it, damn it. If I could get it, like I couldn't tell you the last time I ever had a fish fillet. But man, I remember last year I had that McRib. The
Did it
McRib.
taste awful?
It's fine. It's okay.
It's fine.
It's
After
fine.
all that, it's fine. Come on,
Yeah,
dude. You gotta...
but brilliant marketing strategy on that thing. The comeback kid, the McRib. It comes back year after year after year, and it fools me every single time. And I will order it the next time I see it too.
Wait, does it still come back?
Oh yeah, it still comes back.
That's on my outside looking in. Is the
Mhm.
McRib.
I also thought of the McRib. My high school was right across the street from McDonald's, and they would roll out their banner, their yellow banner with this greasy McRib, and it would say, "The McRib is back for limited time only."
Then they
It's,
have another sign next to it that says,
Wow.
"Come get it, Nick. Come get it.
come
Come get it.
We know
Sup
you ain't
is
ordering
on.
the fish fillet."
I
The
would
fish
never
fillet.
order.
Hey, I like the fish fillet, but you know what? That's the thing. I used to always go for the McRib when it came back. I got to tell you, the last time I don't know, maybe I got a bad McDonald's if they exist, but the McRib, it wasn't as good because in my mind, as a kid growing up in the 90s, that was it. The
It was an
McRib
event.
Wait,
was
it's been around since the
fantastic.
90s?
1981 is when it
Yeah,
debuted.
yeah, it's been around for a while, and every
I-
time I'm like, this is good.
So apparently in my research, it debuted in 1981. It didn't really
Mhm.
take off. It went away for quite some time, and then it came back as a marketing, as a tie-in to the Flintstones movie with John Goodman. Because
Oh,
like
I
Yabba
love
Dabba
that
McRib,
movie.
Yabba
Hunto
Dabba
Burger.
McRib, and they brought it back for that, and then it kind of like we're off to the races with it.
Okay, that
Like,
checks.
let's just bring it
Gotcha.
back. It worked for Coke. Let's bring back the same
did.
products and say they're new.
Hmm.
I'm hungry now. Let's get a McRib, guys.
There you go.
Never.
This
Let's
is
at
when
least
we
go
should have-
complain that it's not available now. Let's,
I
like-
wonder how long the time frame that it's open for. I've never paid attention.
Oh, that's a good question. I probably
If
should have
it's
looked
like
into
a
that.
month or if it's like 3 months.
I
2
feel like you
weeks.
need a good 3 months, a couple of months, just to keep it to really like, hey, we
What-
came, we were here, we McRibbed.
Right now, the big talk is the Arch Burger. Have you guys had it?
Archburger.
No, is that the burger like the CEO couldn't eat or something like that?
Yeah, you took like this little itty bitty bite, and then I
Yeah.
think it
Yeah.
was Wendy's or like Wiener Schnitzel, something with a W, came back at him, and they were like, "Here's how you eat a burger as a CEO of fast
Yeah,
food
right.
company."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they like sat down with like a chili something crazy burger, and he was just like eating big old bites. It was all over his face.
Oh yeah.
But that was like the biggest thing. People are like, "Wow, the CEO is not even taking like a mouthful."
Amanda, what do you got for number 3?
Okay, so for my number 3, I went with one of the most iconic comeback lines ever. I am your father, right?
Ooh, that's a good one.
So that one, it hits. Even if you haven't watched the movies, you still know that line, you know the references. I was researching online and they said it perfectly. It's a story reset button. It's where you turn the villain of the film into family. And it kind of redefines everything you thought up to that point. And it completely flips the hero's identity in one sentence. So there was notes about it being not threatening. It wasn't coming out in like a hysterical manner. It's like very calm, which makes it an even harder hit. So I think hearing it's not Luke, I am your father. It is I am your father. Um, kind of comes in and just solidifies like I don't know what's happening anymore. So I think it's one of the best comeback lines probably ever. That's my
Yeah.
third pick.
That's a great comeback line. Yeah, you're right. It does kind of reshuffle the story. Apparently, a lot of people at that age when they were kids, when they saw that, said they thought he was lying. They didn't think they
What?
didn't think it was real.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even
No,
go to that.
I bought it. I remember it.
It would be
And that's-
very disappointing if like, yeah, I was just messing around.
Exactly.
Before I get your
Exactly.
hand off.
The Jedi mind trick, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not your dad. Your dad isn't Pacoima. Come on.
That's what I tell everybody. I was in space Pacoima.
I'm not your daddy.
I know it was a big
yeah.
thing, and I thought about it as a kid for a long time. Like, dude, that's crazy. Darth Vader's Luke's dad, and it's like
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
really built the whole storyline.
I was on my way to May the 4th be with you at Disney, and I pulled up all the trivia, like 200 something questions, and I was just like going through it in case I had to talk to any nerds, which I didn't have to. And it was so interesting, like reading how that line there ties in so many different family lines throughout the entire story for all the movies and then into the spin-offs.
Yeah.
They really ran with it, I think, because it was such an impactful like comeback. So yeah, that's my number 3.
That's a great
So-
number 3. That's a great number 3.
Thank you.
All right, Jack, what do you got?
I got okay, so I'm gonna keep it classic like Coke, and I'm going with the redemption story of
You
the
better.
Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas.
The
The author of-
sandwich?
No,
Classic.
no, he's the author of the Three Musketeers, but his other known, he's kind of like the Quentin Tarantino of his time, creating these crazy stories. It's about a story where basically his colleague and a neighbor of his falsely imprisoned him. He basically set him up, put him in prison, and in prison he met this old wise prisoner, as you all do, and he was telling him about this treasure. So the dude busts out, finds the treasure, creates this whole persona of the Count of Monte Cristo, and he basically enacts his revenge, And it's not like I'm just gonna throw him in jail, but it's just like, no, I'm gonna slow burn and I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna set you up and destroy your life, and I'm rich too. So yeah, it's the ultimate comeback story.
Mm,
That is
amazing. Amazing.
that is a good one actually. I did
Because it's
actually
like,
see the movie The Count of Monte Cristo. There were
yeah,
parts of it that were pretty good. I didn't like the part where he was in the cell with the old guy and
I
he's like, I'm gonna
yeah.
train you.
Well,
And he's
that's
like,
the that's the
what are
one
we gonna
part.
do? He's like, you see the water dripping down? You just gotta like put your hand in and out
Mhm.
so you don't touch it. He's like, whoa, okay. And that's how he trains.
that's and that's how you
Can't
learn.
It's innovative if you think
can't
about
argue
it.
with the
You have
results.
lots to work with.
Results.
And I think the Man in the Iron Mask is inspired by it with
It is.
Leo
Yeah.
DiCaprio. You know, even though
Fantastic
there was
movie.
two twin kings, but
Did you guys see the Leo Man in the Iron Mask?
yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it in the theaters back in the day.
Yeah,
Me
I remember.
too.
I never saw it in theaters. I saw it later on when it came out. I remember they made such a big deal out of it because it was like his first movie after Titanic.
Now I gotta
And
look. Yeah,
He's
no,
a
no.
serious actor, man.
yeah, and they had that scene where they finally took the mask off and he's like, "Oh my God." But then
Mhm.
like his hair was just kind of in his face, but I was like, he's still way too like pretty as somebody who had a
I
mask
know
Right?
for
on.
being him, they grew his beard out a bit to make him look
Yeah,
like he'd been like forgotten.
he was
Dude, you
he just had like he was a little wispy, but he didn't have a full-on beard or something, but he
I
just
think he'd
looked
have like skin discoloration.
barely. He looked like
Yeah.
he was like Tim Burton movie white, that level of pale. It was not I'm in a mask for decades kind of
I think
stuff.
I was probably like early high school when that came out, maybe. Yeah. And I just
Go ahead,
remember
so.
kind of being freaked out because it like showed a clip of him like with his mask like at the bars and like his
yeah.
eyeball looking
Yeah.
around, and I was like, ooh, that's kind of deranged.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, but
freaky
I thought
looking
you liked the
mask.
horror flicks and stuff. That'd be
I
right up your
do.
alley.
I had to grow into it. I was like a scared cat when I was younger.
Yeah.
Well, that's a hell of a good I think we got a hell of a good list here, guys. Any
Mhm.
honorable mentions?
I have more honorable mentions almost.
I have
Odd-
no honorable mentions, so please
Oddly
go
enough,
away.
I want to say
Go.
the Star Wars franchise
Mhm.
because, it kind of died out. And then all of a sudden, episode one, and boom, it's
You're
back in the
not gonna
saddle.
you're not gonna
You
like
think it
my
almost died
words.
out?
Huh?
You think it almost died out with
Well,
episode
I mean,
four,
it's
five,
the thing is
six?
like when I was growing in the 70s, it's like, yeah, Star Wars is cool, 80s, 90s. There was nothing, but except like, and then they started making movies again. So I think it had to be a comeback because there was no movies in the 80s and 90s. And then episode one, it's like, boom, we're back. We're making Star Wars movies again.
Mhm.
So of course it came back. Yeah, I mean, sure there was novels in the video game, Dark Force Rise and all that. It was a
Mhm.
cool video game, by the way. And then another one, John Travolta from Pulp Fiction.
Oh
Fuck
yeah.
yeah,
John
he was an
John
honorable
Travolta,
mention.
he was nowhere, and all of a
Mhm.
sudden, boom, he was back. The best one, Khan Noonien Singh, The Wrath of Khan, another kind of Count of Monte Cristo type thing where Kirk imprisoned him on a planet. He
Uh-huh.
comes back, he steals a starship, he almost kills Kirk. He creates a planet. It's like, yeah, he's the ultimate sci-fi Count of Monte Cristo.
Hmm.
He sort of made a comeback. Like Kirk stopped him though.
But he was pretty good, He was
He got
like,
close, I guess.
yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Some all comebacks don't. He didn't rebrand himself into New Con, and he would be okay. He was going Classic Con. That was his problem.
Classic con. Yeah.
And then my last one was I don't know. It could be the best or worst. Charlie Sheen.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, he's actually had
I
multiple
didn't even think
comebacks.
about
He
him.
did though.
Yeah.
He's kind of had some multiple comebacks.
He really
It's just
did,
like
yeah.
he had Two and a Half Men, and then he basically seemingly imploded, and then he came up with Anger Management, which some people said it's not really a successful comeback, but they did 100 episodes of that show.
Was it really 100?
Yeah, and I kind of watch it all the time. That's kind of my
Wow.
favorite show. But yeah, he didn't get Robert Downey Jr. status. I don't think Sheen did Marvel. I mean, but you take Charlie Sheen from Young Guns
He'd be a good
and
villain.
2.5 Men. Yeah, it'd be a good villain. Yeah,
Charlie Sheen, I think, has a lot of range. Like, he was so freaking cool in Major League. Like, he was a
yeah,
little legit
right.
badass. But then also in what's the movie called? Hot Shots.
Hot
He was so
Shots.
cool, but in such a ridiculous way, and I love that movie. It's still really, really funny.
It's kind of every man's actor.
Yeah, he kind of is a
He's
little bit.
not like Tom Cruise status, but he's just good enough to be in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's got a charm to
I
him.
think he could have
I
had
still love
like way more success, but his fucking run-ins with everything
it. Oh
just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
took it down a notch, down a notch, down a notch. Um,
Yeah, he's had a lot of
so, yeah, what was the final? Was it a DUI that got him off of Two and a Half Men?
oh, I don't know. There's a
I,
lot of things. That's a
Mm.
whole that's an X file
I
actually.
don't think it was a DUI. I think it was just drunk and
I think there's
insane.
like
And
a straw that broke the back with that one though, and they cut
I
him
think he
off
started
completely.
talking crap about the creator of the show, and then they're
Oh.
just like, and I think the other guy on the show was just like, "Could you just please come to work so we could all make money?" Like,
Yeah, right.
Right.
I'm like,
like
yeah, Charlie,
freaking
what the
for the
frick is
love
wrong
of
with you?
God, just say the lines, man. Like
Yeah.
this is the
I'm like,
greatest
dude, we're
gravy
getting
train
paid a
ever.
lot. Just put on your stupid bowling shirt and go to
Like,
work.
just do it, man. Just say the freaking lines.
Right.
I want to buy a boat. Come on now.
I want to buy a boat.
Oh man, you guys got any worst?
I have one honorable mention.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is the best podcast.
Done.
Comeback. Look at us up here
Well
coming
done.
back. So, and what do
Oh.
we call it? Our triangle, our pyramid,
Oh
our
yeah,
Pyramid of
the
power.
triangle.
I know.
Pyramid
It's
of
just like
power
we used to do
hour.
triangles. It actually works for me now because you're up top.
There we go. Triangle.
That's how
That
it is.
doesn't-
Let me tell you guys about my worst comeback.
There you go.
I have a list. Failed movie reboots. More specifically of the more of the
That's gotta
modern
be a
era.
lot.
Total Recall, Conan the Barbarian, all the Terminators, Carrie, all the Disney live action movies, all the Fantastic Fours, The Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, RoboCop, all the Men in Blacks, all the Star Wars. Sorry, Jack.
That's
The
okay,
Running
man.
Man, Basic Instinct, Independence Day, The Crow, and Hellboy all failed comebacks.
I like the Hellboys.
Even the new one? You know what? The new
How
one
new
did
is
have
new?
some.
How new is new?
They did have a new one with not Ron Perlman.
Then no,
Yeah.
not that
That's
one.
exactly. So they failed.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Actually, that was not a bad movie, but the fact that you just can't get away that it's not Ron Perlman. I'm sorry. It's just it's his thing at this point. Even the
Yeah.
director's just like, don't watch it. It's terrible.
And the keep it light, Baywatch Nights. This is the
Oh,
worst
man.
comeback.
I would watch Baywatch Nights. That feels like a Nick show for sure.
Make sure you watch anything with boobies on it.
Yeah.
Your point being,
This guy's over here watching
That
silk
you would
stockings.
definitely be like, okay, Baywatch Nights is a good.
Baywatch Nights. No, it's
so long as
not.
it's fun and lighthearted.
It's
Um,
not
I don't like
fun.
drama. I don't like drama boobs. I like fun boobs. That's how
What
I
is a
roll.
drama
But-
boob?
But the Hasselhoff After Dark, yeah, you don't want to see that.
But-
I
You don't
might.
want to see that. Nobody
might.
wants to see that.
Well, all right, guys. We had our list. We talked about our only mentions. We talked about the best. What are you bringing to the Thunderdome? I'm gonna
Hmm.
bring the McRib.
I think I'm
I
gonna
don't see
bring
how I
in.
can't bring anything else.
Damn. I don't know. I'm torn. I'm gonna bring in Iron Man.
A fine pick.
I guess I'll bring in Anakin Skywalker.
Was that on your list?
Yeah, wait.
Oh,
a
Darth
minute.
Vader. Darth
Was-
Vader.
The
Oh,
father.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Darth Vader.
I was like,
When he was the baby, it's his original name.
Well, actually, that is a pretty good comeback.
You know what I
was.
You know, I just
this-
realized like none of us had like a single sports comeback, which when I did a research on this, everything was sports comebacks
Oh,
and
that's
stuff.
funny.
And I was like,
I
no,
specifically
not
stayed
for
away
me,
from
not for
sports.
me.
It's the
Okay.
76 Orioles pennant
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
No, they all pale in comparison to the McRib and
And Domino's
New-
and
New
Coca-Cola.
Coke and Domino. Well, most of our stuff is food, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of food picks here.
I try to get one
That
from
is.
every category: an actor, a food, and then like a line comeback.
Yeah.
Look at me being full of variety.
Okay. All right. We're all here. We're gonna roll. We got our die of destiny right now. I'm rolling for the McRib. Amanda, I am your father. Not literally, just that's your pick.
Damn, I'm still looking for him.
Jack, what do you got?
The Iron Man, Robert Downey
The
Jr.
Iron Man. All right, here we go. I'm rolling first. 10. 10 for the McRib.
Okay, I'll go.
All right.
10 for Darth.
10 and 10.
All
Okay.
right, Jack.
All right. Bam. I am Iron Man. 12. Boom.
I thought we'd have a rib off. Well done, Jack. Well done. Iron Man is officially the greatest comeback I mean, it's a pretty good pick, I must admit.
Yeah, and I
great
think he was eating a McRib in the press conference when he said I'm Iron Man.
He should have
No,
been eating
It's a
McRib.
Was he?
cheeseburger, but he should have. Yeah, McRib. That
We're
would
gonna revamp that. It's gonna come back. It's
yeah,
gonna
we'll
be-
Photoshop a McRib in there.
Yeah,
Ugh,
we should. That would have been
disgusting.
awesome. That would have been awesome. Well, guys, this has been a whole lot of fun. I really love our new format. I think our triangle of power
Yes. Sorry. I can't do both.
is
I don't
super
know.
strong. Can't wait. We'll figure this out.
There you go.
I think our triangle of power is a fantastic format. I can't wait to record some new episodes with you guys with our triumphant comeback. For Amanda and Jack, I'm Nick, wishing all of you the best.
This is the best podcast.
This is the Best Podcast, a podcast where we discuss all things that are the best.